Welcome back, everybody, to another Black Ops 6 Season 2 patch notes. I don't know why I said another. This is literally the first time recording this, but here we go. Short little video here. They just released this. If you guys haven't seen my recent video on everything coming to Season 2 Reloaded, along with new weapons and maps and zombie updates, I have a video on that already, so link below. It says, the mid-season update arriving tomorrow for Call of Duty Black Ops 6 sets the stakes even higher with 2 new maps, over 6 new weapons and attachments, perks, and more, including an awesome seasonal collaboration featuring everyone's favorite heroes in a half shell, which we already read. This is just a little overview. I'm going to go mostly over zombies here because that's what I like. So we're going to go to zombies. So we have, let's see here. So we have zombies, the tomb, address an issue where shock mimics could push players out of bounds. I hated that bug. Address an issue where Sam Trial rewards chests would still have a collision after disappearing. Addressed an issue where being shocked while charging the staff of ice would cause it to stuck charging. Address an issue where a double gas could spawn in the ground during a constellation trial. Address an issue where players could get stuck when jumping down from a floating rock during the Wonder Weapon upgrade quests. Wait, I thought this was intentional because if you like during the tomb Easter egg after doing the Wonder Weapon upgrades with the staff of ice, shooting the symbols on the door, getting the symbols from the rocks, shooting your staff in the Dark Ether Nexus, and if you didn't shoot the symbols correctly, you can do it in any order, but if you did not shoot the symbols, all 3 of them correctly, it would basically kill you automatically, which I thought that was intended, so it makes you double check and not fail that step, but I'm guessing it was a bug. Address an issue where players joined a match during the 3rd step of the Wonder Weapon upgrade quest would see a sealed portal. Address an issue where zombies spawned during a side quest would immediately die to the player was using the pheromone augment. Address an issue where some zombies spawning in the Neolithic catacombs would flicker brightly. Address an issue where the fog from a special round would not be present when choosing to continue after completing the main quest. Address an issue where zombies would not be able to properly path to the player at a specific location in the subterranean temple. Address an issue where using a mutant injection where player armor would take damage while standing in etheric lantern flames. Address an issue where split screen where the lighting for player 2 would change depending on player's 1's location. Leaving the Dark Ether Nexus while building the Staff of Ice will now reset progress and Staff of Ice when re-entering. Addressed an issue where the shock mimic was playing the wrong animations when slowed. Addressed an issue during the last step of the Wonder Weapon quest where zombies spawning from portals would lack animations. Add a death animation to the tombs area. Final encounter reduced the duration of boss stun effect. Slightly reduced spawns counts and parties of 3 to 4 players. Oh, that is huge. So that means when you're playing the tomb, it's going to reduce the spawn counts in parties of a 3 to 4, which is nice. You have Citadel Date Morts. Address an issue where players could take out bounds damage while using the cave slide. Address an issue where players could take out of bounds damage on top of a car in the town square. Addressed an offset spawn in the oubliette room. Address an issue where the timer in the sanctuary would not start during the Solai's sword quest. Address some death animation locations that would clip through objects. Address an issue where an operative voice would play before revealing the paladin's brooch. Direct mode. Address an issue where the pick a prompt for swords would blank after loading a save file. Addressed an issue where the guide will empty if the player failed or left the sanctuary when obtaining Solai's. Address an issue where the place turn page fragment prompt on the codec would be present when the player did not have any pages. Modes. Director mode. Added a director mode for the tomb. LTM highlights / adjustments. Kawabunga cranked. Adds some high octane urgency to any of the 4 zombie maps and your undead horde slaying of Kawabunga cranked dropped into Terminus, Liberty Falls, Citadel Day Marts, or the tomb with your letter of choice and eliminating a zombie to trigger the crank timer. Failed to eliminate a zombie before the timer hits 0 and kaboom, you're gone. As rounds progress, the crank timer will continue to shrink to keep pushing the fight to stay in the game. Thankfully, there are several pizza power-ups that can drop into the match, including turtle power temporarily empowers the player with a health bonus, a Pack-a-Punch 3 legendary melee weapons. Pizza box, fill the crank timer to max. Slice pie partial time added the cranked timer. All players in this mode are given the Donnie's timer stopper field upgrade. Activate is to pause the cranked timer for only a full minute. For those craving a real challenge, main quest would be activate in Kawabunga's cranked with a substantially different TM and a T version of each map's main quest. Completion calling card available as a memento for anyone radical enough to achieve this feat. Thank you. You can finish all of them. I think we already read that in in our patch notes, which I think they're just re-adding that. So it says weapons. Note, check out the Season 2 Reloaded Global section for additional weapon balancing changes that apply to zombies. Address an issue that causes some blueprints to lose their optic after being pack-a-punched. Address an issue where melee weapons could not be inspected after being pack-a-punched. Address an issue that could prevent weapons and alt-fire from being dropped. Perks. Death Perception, Death Stare Augment, increased health threshold to activate to 20% of max health, Further Insight Augment. Further Insight will now function while using high contrast mode. Deadshot Daiquiri, address an issue where aim would not snap to the head when standing in Vulture's aid. Field Upgrade, Aid Cloud. Aimbot, just kidding. So we have field upgrades, Dark Flare, increase Dark Flare, base damage to 40% to 55% of base zombie max health. Increase Dark Flare Supernova, tick damage from 25% to 55% of base zombies max health. Increase Dark Flare Supernova explosion damage from 150% to 300% of base zombie max health. That is crazy. Score streaks. Mutant Injection. Address an issue that prevented players from using melee if they were awarded a melee macchiato while using a mutant injection. Loot. Added the following weapons and support items to the mystery box in loot drops. PPSH 41, the Cypher 091, the Fang 82, the Tier 2, the War Machine, and the Hand Cannon. Very huge. All previous weapons added from Season 2 will be now inside of the mystery box. Inside of Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Zombies, which is nice. Enemies, vermins. Address an issue where the vermin would not be affected by the Rampage Inducer. Armored Zombies. Armored Zombies will now receive critical damage with insta-kill as active. Nice. Activities. Address an issue where the Sam Trial rewarded chest could disappear without claiming the rewards. Address an issue where the PhD Plopper Sam Trial would not progress properly. Address an issue where weapon score streaks rewarded from Sam Trials could have only one ammo. I noticed that. That was really annoying. Address an issue where hipfire Sam Trials would not progress properly when using single fire weapons. Challenges. Address an issue that prevented the precision challenges random elements from tracking properly. Adjust the following challenges. Titan feeling special enemy kills will now count toward this challenge. So now we have UI. Address an issue that could prevent players from editing a gobble pack. Address an issue that prevented eliminations with the Thrustidine M23 from counting correctly. Address an issue that prevented the firing range from being accessible while on the confirm loadout screen. Address an issue where weapon stats in the dark in the after action report would list starting loadout instead of a finishing loadout. The after action report will now display gobblegums earned during the match, corrected some typos. We have graphics. Address an issue where etheric lanterns flame effects could be stuck on the screen after using a self-revive in the flames. Address an issue where the effect on the staff device would not display properly when in third person. We have stability. Addressed various stability issues. That is all the patch notes, which is quite nice. You guys can check this out. I would not be going over multiplayer because I can care less about multiplayer, but here is a patch note. You guys can read this up close. I will link this specific patch notes for Season 2 reloaded in the description of this video, or I'll put it in the pinned comment so you guys can find it more easier. So yeah, you guys can go over this real quick, and this is all the patch notes. I like going over this myself because I know what changed, so we can make videos on this in the near future when stuff changes like this. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, make sure to hit that bell notification to never miss a single video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!